Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish and $100 range, and most of these are way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. This is a rack store find that I have for you guys here today. And I actually stopped at my local Burlington hoping that this particular fragrance was going to be there. I wasn't even going to stop there. I was working. I was just done, exhausted. And I was like, you know what? I know these things do not last long. None of these fragrances from this name last more than 24 hours. If it's there, I better stop and check it out. And I'm glad that I did, because I found Lataffa's Eternal Oud. 100 milliliter bottle, eau de parfum concentration. This box is like cardboard with like a leather texturization going on, so it seems like it wants to feel like leather, but it's not. And there was a sticker of authenticity, the hologram, on here, but there is not now. I don't know how it fell off so easily, but I know it's real because I have the decant and it smells just like this one and performs just like this one. So the bottle itself, lo and behold, this strange little tree-shaped bottle that is nestled really well into its housing, just like that, like velvet. And yeah, interesting, super interesting bottle. Heavy, does not feel light. There's some of these, I think maybe if you order online or something like that, it's got like a glass dome around it, like a Beauty and the Beast thing that like holds that little rose, kind of like that. This one did not, but I'm not so worried about it. Atomizer cap is metal, and the atomizer itself sprays average. So basically what you're gonna get in this fragrance, right? It's called Eternal Oud. Let me just tell you what I get out of this thing. Basically, when it opens up, what it smells like to me is like, I'll put it in like dumb terms, right? Instead of listing off the notes. Some of the notes are like grapefruit and plum up in the top. There's like heliotrope and some other floral. There's benzoin, which is, you know, a type of like incense. There's vanilla, and there's agar wood, you know, oud and stuff like that. But to me, in a dumb term, what this smells like is it opens up like sweet sawdust with a hint of spice and black licorice. And then in the dry down, the sawdust fades, the incense comes out. It's like a sweet incense. The vanilla starts getting a little bit smoother, and it gets even a little bit sweeter, and just hints of that oud start popping out. So I think some of that licorice smell might be coming from the heliotrope. It's not like a dominant licorice. It's like, even if you don't like licorice, it's only there if you're really trying to dissect this fragrance. It just complements that sweet incense thing that's going on. Like I said, it's got like a little bit of a sawdusty thing going on at the beginning, but it's nice. It's really good smelling, that sawdust. But it fades away after about 15 minutes, and it starts getting replaced by this like little puffs of incense. It's like a sweet incense at the same time. It's vanilla dominant, like there's amber and vanilla. A lot of the sweetness is from the vanilla. The amber, to me, kind of gives it a resinous, sticky thing a little bit, but it's not an overly sticky, overly playful kind of a fragrance. This is like a classy, sweet fragrance. It will work on a date, but it's not like the best date night fragrance. If you know, it's not as inviting as some of the other ones, but this will work well on a date. It's a mad compliment puller. And the performance, I've only wore this a handful of times, but so I haven't been able to clock it from beginning to end altogether, but I can say this thing performs well above average, and it is a next day on clothes kind of fragrance. On skin, it's at least an 8-hour fragrance. The projection is moderate to a little bit above average. I know that several hours later I received compliments from this thing, so it's a good performing fragrance. It's a sweet fragrance, which means that it's going to be good. It's like not any kind of bright citrusy kind of thing. It's oud. It's a sweet oud, vanilla, you know, kind of a fragrance. So it's going to be a heavier, winter, darker kind of a thing. So fall, winter are the appropriate occasions for this thing. And I say it's a little bit more mature than it is youthful. I think the oud and that black licorice kind of thing gives it kind of a more of a mature vibe. Unisex leaning more masculine in my opinion. There's also a touch of leather in here, just a touch. Not enough to write home about, but there is a touch of leather in here. But more than anything else, it's a vanilla, sweet, a little bit powdery, incense, touch of oud kind of a fragrance. Overall, my rating on this one is going to be an 8.5. It's that good. It is that good. It's at least a 7.5 for the scent profile. Could just about be an 8. Good performance. I mean, this thing could jump up to like a 9 later on, but for now, we're just going to keep it an 8.5. Maybe in the winter when I spend more time with this thing, it might mature and blossom into something even richer and fuller and more beautiful than what it already is. But for now, we're just gonna keep it at an 8.5, just. And that's anybody that knows me, that's a really good rating scale. So if you see this one in the wild and you're itching to buy a nice cooler weather fragrance, one that's got good quality, one that lasts a long time, one that's crowd pleasing, don't let oud scare you away on this thing, because it's not an oud dominant fragrance. It is a sweet dominant fragrance. Powdery, sweet, vanilla, incense, smooth kind of a fragrance. So this one has my stamp of approval all day long. I don't care what anybody has to say. I think this thing is wonderful with good performance, good quality. I mean, it checks all the boxes except for versatility. It's just not versatile. It'll do anything you want in the cool weather. Office friendly, keep it dialed back a little bit. Business, maybe. Everything else, absolutely in the cool weather. This will do the trick. And that's my final thoughts on Lataffa's Erternal Oud. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.